Hey there, myth lovers and curious minds, welcome to Epic Oracles. Today we're going on an amazing journey through time and across the world. We're going to discover some incredible stories about, well, people just like you and me. Now, when you think about heroes in myths and legends, what comes to mind? Gods with superpowers? Chosen ones with magical destinies? Well, get ready to have your mind blown, because some of the coolest heroes in mythology were just ordinary folks who did extraordinary things. That's right. Today we're celebrating the everyday heroes of mythology. These are stories about regular people who showed that you don't need to be born special to do amazing things. All you need is courage, kindness, and a never-give-up attitude. So why do these stories matter? Well, they show us that anyone can be a hero. You don't need to wait for a magic wand or a superhero cape. The power to do great things is already inside you. Are you ready to meet some of these awesome human heroes? Let's dive in. Our first stop is ancient Greece, where we meet a guy named Prometheus. Now, Prometheus wasn't a god, but he wasn't exactly human either. He was a titan, which is kind of like a cousin to the gods. But here's the thing. Prometheus loved humans. He thought we were pretty cool and he wanted to help us out. Back then, humans didn't have fire. Can you imagine that? No warm homes, no cooked food, no light in the dark. Prometheus saw how hard life was for humans, and he decided to do something about it. So what did he do? He went up to Mount Olympus where the gods lived, and he stole fire. That's right, he swiped it right from under the nose of Zeus, the king of the gods. Then, Prometheus brought the fire down to earth and gave it to humans. This was a big deal. Fire wasn't just about keeping warm or cooking tasty food. Fire represents knowledge, technology, and progress. Prometheus gave humans the tools to build civilizations and create amazing things. But Zeus was not happy about this. He punished Prometheus by chaining him to a rock where an eagle would come every day to eat his liver. Ouch. But get this, Prometheus's liver would grow back every night, and he never gave up or said sorry. He believed that helping humans was the right thing to do, no matter what. Prometheus shows us that standing up for what's right even when it's hard is one of the bravest things we can do. Now let's meet Psyche. Psyche was a human princess who was so beautiful that people started worshipping her instead of Venus, the goddess of love and beauty. Uh-oh. Venus got jealous and sent her son Cupid to make Psyche fall in love with a monster. But guess what? Cupid accidentally pricked himself with his own arrow and fell in love with Psyche instead. Cupid married Psyche in secret, but there was a catch. She wasn't allowed to see what he looked like. Psyche was curious, wouldn't you be? And one night, she peeked at Cupid while he was sleeping. Cupid woke up and flew away, disappointed that Psyche didn't trust him. But Psyche didn't give up. She went on a quest to find Cupid and win him back. Venus gave her a bunch of impossible tasks, like sorting a huge pile of tiny seeds in one night. But Psyche didn't quit. She worked hard and even got help from some friendly ants. In the end, Psyche's determination impressed the gods so much that they made her immortal. She became a goddess herself and got to be with Cupid forever. Psyche's story teaches us that love, trust, and never giving up can help us overcome any challenge. Next up is Atalanta, a total boss lady from Greek mythology. Atalanta's story starts off pretty rough. Her dad abandoned her in the forest when she was a baby because he wanted a son instead. But Atalanta didn't let that stop her. She survived in the wild and taught herself to be an amazing hunter. She was so good that she was the only woman invited to join a famous boar hunt with a bunch of male heroes. Atalanta was also super fast. When it came time for her to get married, she came up with a clever plan. She said she'd only marry someone who could beat her in a foot race. If they lost, they'd be punished. Many men tried and failed to outrun her. Finally, a guy named Hippomenes came up with a tricky plan. He got some golden apples from Aphrodite and dropped them during the race. Atalanta couldn't resist stopping to pick them up, and Hippomenes won. Atalanta's story shows us that girls can be just as strong, fast, and clever as boys. It doesn't matter if you're a boy or a girl, you can be awesome at whatever you set your mind to. Now let's talk about Arachne. Arachne was a regular human girl who was really good at weaving. She made the most beautiful tapestries anyone had ever seen. Arachne was so proud of her skills that she boasted she was better at weaving than Athena, the goddess of wisdom and crafts. Word got back to Athena, and she was not happy. Athena challenged Arachne to a weaving contest. They both created amazing tapestries, but Arachne's was so beautiful and showed the gods in not so nice ways that Athena got angry. She turned Arachne into a spider, doomed to weave webs forever. Now this might sound like a sad ending, but think about it. Arachne's skill was so great that even when she was turned into a tiny spider, she kept on creating beautiful webs. Her art lived on. Arachne's story teaches us about the power of talent and creativity. It also reminds us to be proud of our skills, but maybe not to brag too much. Let's travel now to ancient China, where they had some really cool ideas about ordinary people being heroes. These stories come from a way of thinking called Confucianism, named after a wise teacher called Confucius. In Confucian stories, you don't have to slay dragons or fight monsters to be a hero. Being kind, honest, and hardworking is what makes you special. One story is about a woodcutter who found a deer in the forest. Instead of keeping it for himself, he told the king about it. The king was so impressed by the woodcutter's honesty that he rewarded him. Another tale is about an old man who decided to move 2 mountains that were blocking the way to his village. People laughed at him, saying it was impossible. But the old man said, "I may not finish in my lifetime, but my children will continue and their children after them. The mountains can't grow taller, but our determination will outlast them." His perseverance moved the gods, who sent down giants to move the mountains. These stories show us that being a good person and never giving up are superpowers in themselves. Now let's hop over to North America and check out some Native American folktales. These stories often show how ordinary people and animals can be heroes by being clever or kind. One story is about the Corn Mother. Long ago there was no corn, and people were hungry. A woman named Corn Mother saw this and pulled some beautiful corn out of her body to feed the people. She taught them how to grow corn and take care of the land. This story shows how one person's kindness and wisdom can help an entire community. Another common character in Native American stories is Coyote. Coyote isn't a mighty warrior or a powerful god. He's just a regular coyote who often gets into trouble because he's curious and likes to play tricks. But sometimes Coyote's adventures end up helping people, even if it's by accident. These stories remind us that heroes come in all shapes and sizes. Sometimes the most unlikely characters can make the biggest difference. So what can we learn from all these amazing stories? Well, there are a few big ideas. 1. You don't need superpowers to be a hero. Courage, kindness, and determination are the real superpowers. 2. Never give up, even when things get tough. Psyche and the old man moving mountains show us that persistence pays off. 3. It's okay to be proud of your skills like Arachne, but remember to stay humble too. 4. Girls can be just as strong and brave as boys like Atalanta showed us. 5. Sometimes being a hero is as simple as being honest and kind, like in the Confucian and Native American stories. These myths and legends have been told for thousands of years, and they're still inspiring people today. Many of our favorite books, movies, and TV shows are based on these ancient stories of ordinary heroes doing extraordinary things. And you know what? These kinds of heroes exist in real life too. Think about the doctors and nurses who work hard to keep us healthy, or teachers who help us learn new things every day. These are ordinary people doing amazing things to help others. So the next time you think you're just a kid, or that you can't make a difference, remember these stories. You have the power to be a hero in your own way. Every small act of kindness or bravery makes the world a little bit better. Now it's your turn. In the comments below, tell us about an everyday hero in your life. It could be a family member, a teacher, or even a friend who did something kind or brave. Let's celebrate the ordinary heroes all around us. Thanks for joining me on this mythical journey. Remember, you don't need to be chosen or special to do great things. The power to be a hero is already inside you. So go out there and be awesome. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more cool stories from history and mythology. Until next time, keep being the hero of your own story.